Hello, I'm Kat with IdeateTV, and I'm back here with Harrison, and he works with a company called Wisdom Panel that specializes in doggy DNA. So he's going to tell us a little bit more about this cool thing.
I mean, this is one of the most exciting things that I've been involved in because I'm a big believer in DNA, and science has really caught up and can tell us so much more about our pets. So whether it's wanting to find out what your mixed breed dog is made up of, or
What the mutt consists of.
And also doing DNA testing for even if it's a purebred dog, to see if there's a propensity maybe for some possible health problems down the road.
That's so interesting. I would have never thought that. People think of DNA tests for finding out who the right daddy is and all that stuff, but now they can do that with dogs.
Well, I always say it's who's your dog's daddy and why do you need to know? So, and there's some great reasoning behind it too.
I've got Dr. Katie Maldonado, who's one of the doctors that works with Wisdom Panel, one of the veterinarians who specializes in this. Hi, Katie.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Can you just tell me a little bit about how you're involved with this and what you do for Wisdom Panel?
So I started with Wisdom Panel as a technical support analyst, so I got to talk to folks about the results when they had questions and when they weren't quite understanding the report. And I'm actually now the customer care manager, so I oversee all customer care inquiries, and we have an entire team that's based out of Portland, Oregon, that's there waiting to answer people's questions.
Wow, there's so much science and technology that goes behind this. What are some of the things that you've seen that people have been startled to find upon seeing the results from their dog's DNA?
So it's really interesting. A lot of folks have some very strong opinions about what is in their dog, and when that breed doesn't show up in the report, they have some questions. And frequently we get some questions about Labradors and Border Collies and German Shepherds. I'd say those are probably the top 3 breeds that folks think are in their dog, which are actually not. And the reason for that is that the genetics and how those are inherited can result in a dog that looks like a breed but doesn't actually have that breed in it.
Wow.
So other ones that folks will have questions about is a small dog and a little dog, and is that actually possible? And it is. So we get that question sometimes too.
Right. Dr. Katie, what about the idea that a certain DNA makeup matches you with a certain dog? Like certain dogs are the most compatible for someone depending on their DNA.
And it's a really interesting question. I think that some of that is related to personalities, and what activities you enjoy doing. So folks that like to be outdoors a lot and run and things to that regard are probably not going to want a couch potato type breed. And other folks that maybe are not, don't really like to go out quite as much are probably not going to want a really active field style breed either. So I do think that there's certain personality attributes of breeds that are more appropriate for certain personality types of people.
It's almost like a matchmaking service. I would think about it like how to match so that you find your best fit.
And there's a lot to that. So unfortunately, about 4 million dogs enter the U.S. shelter system every year. And a lot of those dogs actually come back to shelters more than once. And the reason is that they get adopted by families that may not be a good fit. And so it is a little bit about matchmaking. And so when you're looking for a dog, either a purebred or a shelter dog, you want to think about the kinds of activities and attributes that you enjoy in a dog and you enjoy as a person, and maybe your family. Do you have young children? Are you an active family? Do you live in an apartment? Those kinds of questions are ones that are going to be important in selecting the right breed for your family.
Right. Thank you so much, Dr. Katie. I'm with Dr. Katie of Wisdom Panel, and check it out, and maybe you could find the one.
Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.